I think I use Facebook every day. A lot, constantly probably.
Pretty regularly, not gonna lie.
At least 5 or 6 times a day.
And I think it'll always be on as a tab, on my computer, probably using it for several hours a day.
Every day of the week, mostly for procrastination.
I use Facebook a lot.
I don't think I do know any employers on Facebook at all, really. No.
You have sort of adverts on the side of your page, but they don't tend to be very employer focused.
I haven't seen employers using Facebook.
I haven't really used it as kind of a research in terms of employment.
I think that in general, most of the firms and companies that I've seen have been using Facebook pretty ineffectively.
There's always a worry. With employers nowadays potentially searching for you before the interview on Facebook to find incriminating information.
Well, you can set it so they can't, so I don't think you can really say I have an issue with it, because if you do, you just set your page to private.
Yeah.
If you can gain a following on Facebook, I think that's really beneficial to you as a company or as an organization.
I think it would represent something quite important to us, because it's actually showing that employers are moving with the times and trying to keep up to date.
Well, if they had news of things that would interest me, like internships, open days, information.
Internships, really important.
Advertising, probably internship opportunities, and actual events where you get to meet people rather than just have a drink.
What I was just thinking was really the best possible thing would be a custom application that would just, you sign up for, it sends you a message saying X company has Y internship, closing gate Z.
Most useful would probably be sort of updates on whether they're, recruiting people.
News about jobs, definitely.
Salary?
Something to separate them, because we always hear there's a wealth of these different firms, but we don't know what separates them at all.
I think something which just requires a bit of interaction, which isn't just on standardly join a group.
So if it was more specific.
I think a lot of detail rather than constant updates.
Getting in touch with people that you wouldn't normally have the opportunity to contact.
It's reading posts from current employees about how the company works. It gives you more of a flavour.
Direct contact with recruiters rather than just advertisement.
I think if I were to get a personal inside track, kind of maybe be able to personally message somebody working for the company rather than the group of the company, I'd be more likely to use Facebook in that way.
Anything that you can see is getting kind of competitive edge when you're applying. So if it's finding out more information, or even just perhaps the way in which you can demonstrate keenness by asking these questions, which maybe a graduate a recruiter would have seen, I think can make a difference.
I don't really look at employers' websites at all. They don't seem to interest me. They seem to be more corporate.
Quite often the website's aiming at sort of people perhaps higher than us, and we're prospective graduates, so we want a slightly different description of how a company works, sort of from the inside, rather than kind of this is our corporate description, look at how wonderful we are.
And with
it's very different.
Facebook messaging, people can post about how perhaps they found interviews or information about the company, or perhaps they did it last year and they can talk to you directly.
You find with these websites, they're all they use exactly the same phrases, they give exactly the same impression. It's the same in the magazines you get, and anything that can get a real flavour of what the company's like.
Career section seems to be tucked away at the bottom of websites, whereas they're not getting out there trying to find people.
And if you don't have a presence on Facebook, it's kind of a negative, I think, at this point.